Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Michi Makes Up. Today we're going to play with Lisa Eldridge makeup. A number of these items I have not tried, but one of them is actually brand new. She released this last week. It's the Elevated Glow in the shade Pink Moon. It is the coolest shade of all the options available in the line. I do have Crystal Nebula and I just absolutely love this product. So when she released a new shade, I really had to try it. Along with my order, I also picked up one of her Liquid Lurex eyeshadows. Love to compare it against the Sicily liquid eyeshadows. In my Sicily video, I said, oh, I wish I had Lisa Eldridge's liquid eyeshadow so I can compare. Well, now we can do that. And then finally, the Seamless Skin Foundation. I actually got this sample card last year and I haven't got a chance to try it yet, so this is the perfect video to do that. I don't think shade number 9, which is the lightest from the card, is going to be a fit, but who knows? I said the same thing about Tom Ford's Shade and Illuminate Radiance Foundation. Lo and behold, we found number 4 in Fawn was a perfect match for this time of the year. So I will save my judgments until we actually get to try this foundation. First, let me find the right brush and then we'll open the sample card and get to the foundation. I'm going to take Sonia G's Jumbo Base. This is from her Fusion set, and this brush here has a mix of natural and synthetic fibers. It is made for liquid and cream products. So I'm going into shade number 9, and this foundation is self-setting. It means that you don't have to use setting powder, loose setting powder, or compact setting powder to set your face after the foundation is applied. I'm very curious about that. I just tried Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Balm Powder. The name escapes me, but that product was also optional, but I ended up preferring to set it. So we'll see if this is similar or different. And before I get or finish up on the left side here, I just want to show you the right side. It looks to be actually a good fit. I'm glad I did a little asterisk and said I'm going to save my judgment. I'm going to reserve my judgment until we actually try it on. It's probably going to be a little bit too light very soon here because the weather has been warming up. There's been a ton of sun, and actually I have my bathing suit underneath. So I probably need to go the next shade or 2 shades up, maybe shade 11. 10 looks a bit too warm. But this would be probably a decent, like, going into spring shade, possibly end of winter. So I would say this is a fit. The finish of the foundation is natural and finish with a soft focus, so kind of like a blurring, hiding blemishes. It is a buildable coverage to medium. And I kind of went in indiscriminately. I didn't think about, okay, well, this is my second application, my third. I would say the times I've gone in and to get more product so I can spread it some more and cover the rest of the face, I would say there's about 2 applications here, and it did hide the redness I have on my chin, as well as some rosacea right here. You can still see a little bit of it, but for the most part it's obscured and it looks fairly smooth. I would agree with that kind of soft focus, natural finish. There's not really any radiance. And any redness I have under the nose is reasonably covered. I think if I wanted more coverage, I would probably have to rely on a concealer, something with thicker, more coverage, that kind of consistency. So I'm going to leave the foundation as is because it is supposed to be self-setting, and I'm curious what the finish, or if the finish will change as it fully sets. We're going to move on to the liquid eyeshadow. Liquid eyeshadow is Diana, a coppery shade. And I'll swatch it on my hand here. It is concentrated. And I wonder what kind of brush would be good to use for this product. I'm gonna go back in with a flat brush. So let me wipe it off here. And I'm just going to spread it and see how well I do. Okay, well actually, maybe I can just apply what I picked up with the brush onto the lid. I'm just going to put a little bit more right here and close that gap. So that is the right side. I'm going to go in and do the same thing on the left side here. So with the left side, I kind of intentionally went in and just applied with the applicator directly on the lid. I got more product, it's way more concentrated than the right side. And the right side, again, I dabbed the brush into what's on the back of my hand and did that. And then I went back to fill in a gap here, but you can tell there's a difference between the two. You definitely can control how much product you get when you use a surface and then dab your brush or even your finger versus applying directly from the applicator. And this is the same thing, same experience with the Sicily eyeshadows. Now with the Sicily eyeshadow, I did not demonstrate by dabbing it on my hand and then going in, but rather I would just go really light-handed with the applicator. I would do one layer, blend it out the way that I wanted to, and if I needed more, I'd go back in a second layer. So in this case here, you do get a lot of product with just one swipe, and already from this, I'll have to blend it a little bit more here, but already you can tell, or I can tell, that this is much more foil-like metallic, whereas these are a little bit more subdued. So let me swatch these for you. So this is from Sicily, and this is number 4, which is a coral shade. And then I have this bronze shade here. Without even diffusing it, you can kind of tell that the Sicily ones are a little bit more casual. And while they're buildable and they can be very sparkly, they're just not as foil-like as the Lisa Eldridge Lurex Shadow. And I love this one, bronze, for a day-to-day look, because you can see how easy it blends out. Very, very blingy, more subdued, more of a day-to-day, although buildable. Well, let me go in now and blend out, and I might even use the help of some shadows here, some other color to give it a bit more dimension. I'm going to actually use, because it's on the vanity, I think it's light enough that it'll be hard to make a mistake. I'm going to use Tom Ford's Cheek Duo here, Eclat Nu. I'm going to go in with this shade, and I'm just going to blend out here and bring some of that into the crease. Just to soften up any lines. Same thing on the right side. Some time has passed since the foundation had been applied, so I'm just going to go and touch it. Interesting. Okay, well this is how much product I have on my finger. Not counting this, this is actually from something else that had dried previously, but if we look at the right hand, not a lot of product coming off. So maybe I don't have to use setting powder. This is good. So far, so good. I feel good enough actually to go in and use the highlighters now. Let me swatch Pink Moon. And the thing with the Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow highlighters is that the doe foot applicators are huge. Giant. So you're gonna end up with a lot of product, and I never go in with the intention of using it all over my face. So what I usually do is just at the tip, I'll dab a little bit, or I'll put on the back of my hand. So I'll just dab a little bit. That's already a lot. We're just gonna do that. And then a little bit on the Cupid's bow. I'm going to use two brushes here to help me. One of them is from Koyudo, and this is undyed goat hair, which can work for liquids. And I will blend out the product, diffuse. Same thing with the forehead. And this is a lot. I think I need to dab some off. Then taking this Rephr brush 03 for the Cupid's bow. And for blush, I'm using Lisa Eldridge's Enlivening Blush in the shade Pink Soap. For lips, I'd like to go with her lip gloss in Songbird. I think this is a very pretty pink, neutral, that will go with the Pink Moon highlighter and also the much warmer coppery liquid eyeshadow shade. And for comparison, I'm going to take Elevated Glow in Crystal Nebula, swatch it on my hand right next to Pink Moon. This is Crystal Nebula, which is much warmer and much more skin tone-like, at least for me, light to medium skin tone. And then for Pink Moon, in contrast, you can see that pink undertone and how much cooler it is. I actually do have a primer, and I think I still have it. I might need to just go off camera real quick and get that, but I do have a primer that has a cool pinky undertone like this. Not quite as blingy because it is a primer, but it gives you just that same similar idea to give you that kind of cool illuminated underglow, if you will. So let me see if I can find it so I can just show you. This is the primer I was just talking about. It's from VDL, a Korean brand, and this is their Lumilayer primer. The makeup artist I use, oh, I got too much on now, oh well. The makeup artist I had who did my makeup for my wedding used this mixed with the Clé de Peau primer. I think it was like the skin corrector primer, and I think she did like one pump of each. And I just really love the effect. So after my wedding, I picked up the Lumilayer. So I got way too much product here, but you can see it's a similar idea, similar effect. And this is beautiful. It does increase the longevity of your makeup. The only issue I have with it is that over time I found that it dried my skin, but I did actually end up using quite a bit of it. I mean, there's like maybe a quarter of it left. It is scented, and I've very consciously moved away from scented complexion products as well. So therefore I haven't gotten much use. I may think about decluttering, but it is beautiful. So I'm just spreading it out as much as I can to give you an idea of truly, once it's been diffused over a larger area, that glow you get from it. So quite similar to that idea, but probably even cooler in comparison. So there is my demo and review of the new Pink Moon Elevated Glow Highlighter. I do think it is beautiful. It looks really, really nice. I did end up putting, as you saw, a little bit too much on this side, so I've got some blended in here. This one looks a little bit more natural, a little bit more low-key, but I think I can live with it. In person, it's not, the contrast or the difference isn't too bad. As for the foundation, I would not be bothered. It is like just a little bit tacky, but I would be okay going out without putting any setting powder on it because it just, like, it doesn't transfer, unlike the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin product. So true to its name, or true to the description, it is self-setting. I would absolutely agree with that. I will have to give you guys an update on how this wears. I do have enough product to wear it a second, maybe third time. So this is going to be part of the next product update. Same with the eyeshadow as well. In terms of how much time you have to work with before it dries down, it's about the same as the Sisley eyeshadows, like 30-40 seconds, maybe a minute. And you could add more layers on top of what's dried, and you wouldn't be moving around what's already there. So that's also good. It is definitely much more eye-catching, foil-like, blingy than the Sisley liquid shadows. I would not say, you know, they're both liquid shadows, but I would not say it's the same similar product. I think you get a completely different experience with Lisa Eldridge's. Curious to see how it sits for the rest of the day. I do think it's not gonna budge given just how stuck on it feels, it looks. It's nice. So far, so good. Thank you guys for watching. See you again in the next one. If you've watched the video to the end and you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel. I review a lot of luxury makeup, luxury skincare, and clean beauty, plus luxury handbags. Bye.